What's happening, everyone? My name's Anthony Santana and welcome to The Letter. Now, this has been out for quite a bit, I think, and you know what, let's just jump right into it. Actually, you know, that is a different animation than I saw when I test ran this, because obviously I'm using a pretty old machine. I'm using my brother's computer. For those that don't know, my recording laptop is dead, and I need to replace that. Anyways, let's just begin. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxburn, not Luxembourg, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Alright? Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it began. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things of cries and howls that filled the nights and hearsays of a mysterious woman roaming the hallowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend, and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard to for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Ooh. Good luck. Alright, so I hope you guys have noticed, compared to my previous few videos, my audio quality for the mic is now perfect. At least I think it sounds perfect. I might have a few glitches every now and then, but yeah, I had to really fix it up on my brother's computer, so I do apologize for the previous videos, public videos sounding horrible. Isabella. Okay, incoming call. You know what, let's decline it.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Oh. Voice acting. Okay. A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
Are all the voices gonna be... are all the characters gonna be voiced? Because then that's gonna take up, like, my entire work.
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you?
I guess. No, she might have just forgotten. Let me just quickly turn down my volume, because it is loud on my ears. There we go.
You chickened out!
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Okay, so from that little dialogue, it seems those are the two that are going to be in charge of selling the house.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this.
Ah, big dreams.
It really takes my breath away.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
Are you sure about that? I guess we'll find out.
They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that! They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
What? Has that happened before?
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one.
Oh
I
god,
can feel it.
that has happened before. If she's saying another one. That's horrible.
That was one time, Isabella! Loosen up! Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Alright, well, kinda liked her little English accent there. Funny enough, our character doesn't really have an accent, so she must be American who moved over to England side of the world. But I may just be way off. Anyways, she hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever. Isabella, that's her name, I have to remember.
Who was that?
Oh, new character. Oh! I look up from my phone to see Rebecca, giving me a questioning look. Alright.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Just Rose.
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Oh, wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about?
Her accent, I'm not really liking it so much. I mean, you can get like a small tint of the English accent, but it's like a forced accent. Like it's clearly voice acted.
Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As soon as those words have left my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character.
You know, your voice acting coming from you sounds out of character. But let's just ignore that.
I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it.
Honestly, I do know real estate, and yeah, if you can get a good sale, that's easy cash right there. Also, for some strange reason, the CPU on this old machine just skyrocketed.
Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus!
I tell you, it's gonna be huge!
They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
Aww, that's nice.
Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
Now those are friends. Definitely keep them around forever. I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect when she has that expression. She's worried. Well, you give her a break. I mean, she just wants to take care of you. She wants to know you're safe and well maintained.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
You know, noodles aren't that bad. I mean, maybe the American cup ramen are pretty, not very healthy. Not the healthiest of foods, but authentic Japanese ramen, of course, is the best. And it is pretty damn healthy. She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca is excellent at her job teaching boisterous teenagers. Ah, she's a teacher! I honestly could have mistaken her for a teenager.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
She's got a point, you know. I eat other things too, you're not my mom. Ah, nah, we're not gonna do that. That breaks friendships. I eat other things too.
Hey! I eat other things too.
I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture, and giving her the best frown I can muster. The same one I use with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week.
Did she see a mess?
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
Alright, so she did see a mess.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
You have hamburgers in a cupboard? Is that even sanitary? Holy shit. I mean, I'd expect those things to be frozen in the freezer, or even just in the fridge defrosted, but... Come on, Isabella. Hamburgers do not belong outside of the fridge or freezer. Becca's wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of the small list. I think she even went a little green on the last one. Yeah, we can see that. I would have laughed a little at that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago?
Busted.
Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year.
Yeah, I had to do similar when I moved in with my brother. I had to check all of his food supplies, expiration dates and sell-by dates and all that date stuff. Needless to say, a lot of things had to be thrown out.
In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle.
She shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Sometimes, it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. But when she turns her attention back to me, there is only warmth in her smile. Aww.
What am I going to do with you?
You see, she really cares. She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for an exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing.
Well, I mean, I eat chicken almost every day of the week. It's very simple to cook and, yeah.
I already told you before. You're always free to reheat food in my fridge.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me.
Wait, so they don't live together then? But they possibly live near each other? And so that's why she's saying Belle can reheat food from her fridge? Is that it?
You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money.
Ah, well, that explains.
And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
How nice. I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. Has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts, and that's why you want to be paying it little by little when you can. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca, taking a quick glance at something behind me, probably the clock hanging above the notice board, snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute.
Yeah, and Isabella has to hurry over to, Rose.
We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
Will do.
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the pages of a rather thick history book. Ah, history teacher. She's probably working out her lesson plan for next week. Busy, or trying at least. Her eyes are distant and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. Ah, this is precisely why I followed her here in the first place, huh? For someone who makes a habit out of worrying for other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself. Oh, okay. So they're kind of like taking turns taking care of each other, except Isabella worries more?
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Ah, hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I level her with a flat look. She has a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed to her. Ah, somebody's not taking their medicine. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
No, real quick, I think the music is just a little bit loud. Let's just turn that down. Background music. There we go. Just a little bit. Not too much. Alright. She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her when she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I am not letting her have her way.
Alright, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time.
Now, I don't know the rules with medicine, or laws I guess, with medicine in other countries, but in America we're not really supposed to drink medicine of any kind if you're going on a job or driving, because that could be easily mistaken as a drug.
I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts her gaze back at me. Now that's the look that she's not going to take the medicine.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
How nice. Very sarcastic. Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a wave of goodbye, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. And I'm kind of seeing like the very bottom of the OBS recorder. When it's saying the CPU overloaded, that seems to be when the birds are flying through the window. For some strange reason, that spikes up the CPU. This is an old computer, what can I say? I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property, as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Also, I want to see real quick the relationships. Okay, so with Rebecca we've gone up. There are other characters that we haven't seen yet. Journal, we have starting today, October 17th, undiscovered journal entry. Oh, I think they're all undiscovered. Yeah, okay, so I guess she's gonna start writing in her journal later. Oh wait, profiles is new. Okay, so we got some information here on Isabella if you'd like to read up on it, and I remember to raise the quality that I'm recording so that it looks good. Well, you can go on ahead and pause and read that. There's nothing for the rest of the characters yet, though. Alright, so let's just go on ahead. Mansion is some ways out to... Okay, I've already read that. Apparently, everyone in Luxburn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. Just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I earned that the hard way the first time I commuted there. I learned that the hard way. and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window as soon as the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon. I don't know why I was going to say soon enough. Although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to do some last-minute reviews of the mansion's documents yesterday. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through reading the papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again. Pick it up, goddammit!
Rose?
Oh, that's definitely not Rose.
Guess again.
That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
Oh, they got a little date planned.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Oh, okay, so it's a friend meeting then.
Yeah, you know the indie movie he's been working on for months?
Oh.
The premiere's going on tonight at a film fest, and he's really excited to watch it with us. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
Oh, cool. So they got a producer friend, or a director even. Alright, well, good work for him.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool, I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
And he's heard of it too.
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles from the other end, and I can't help but roll my eyes at him. Well, too bad he can't see that, unless it is a video call, but I don't even see a camera on the front of this phone.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid Ashhole, always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's tough. Alright, looks like we got October 21 in the Ermengarde Mansion afternoon and some journal update. Okay. Takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Compared to how we saw it in the opening scene, yeah, this definitely does look a lot more presentable than it did. Beautifully situated in the middle of a vast open field with several lush green trees dotting the immediate vicinity that converges in a small woodlands nearby. Yet despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, horrified at the thought of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place is going to be at night.
You planning to go inside that place, Missy?
Even the taxi driver has a voice. Okay, I guess all the characters are voiced then. The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum and a return of my nod. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on his face, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, But there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it.
Must have been the news of Charlotte Ermengarde's suicide.
No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I make my approach towards the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is simply out of the question. Completely out of the question. It isn't like I have any choice in the matter anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission, one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, and my own copy of the keys dangle in my hand, now useless. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook and cranny and crevice, and made it spick and span. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left in peace, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
Ooh, that little bit of echo. I call out.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
I like that little bit of echo. It really shows that the developers put a lot of thought into this, into the voice acting especially. My voice echoes softly throughout the halls, unless this piece of the dialogue kind of, made them think, yeah, let's make the voices echo. And that wasn't planned in the beginning. I don't know. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me, no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Well, by other side, do you mean like the grounds in the back? Or like East Hall, West Hall, or Wing? But you're in the center, so I'd assume she would be able to at least hear you a little bit if she were indoors. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number. But
the number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Yeah, that's a problem. What do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? Nah. No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping to connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
But to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose! This isn't funny! You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. The place is big. She can be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple of steps forward, I notice something move by the hallway above the grand staircase. Did something move? I wasn't paying attention.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny! I'm leaving you if you don't come out! Not coming out, huh?
Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I make another attempt to reach her number. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord? Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
Oh. She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. That's not good. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
I'm attic.
Oh boy.
What? The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion, with how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all places, she has to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. It branches out to two major wings of the mansion, East Wing and West Wing. There are two attics here, one on each side. But the east one has been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow, I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with my every step. Thank God it's still daytime. I don't think that's gonna help you. If it isn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I may easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped up passage. Really? I mean, I see lights everywhere. Are those candles, or... There's gotta be a switch. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Okay, so I guess they are candle lights. Well, that's one way to save on electricity bills. Sheesh. They did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here. Full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. Odd. I thought they cleaned everything. Yeah, this room looks like a mess. Did the crew miss this room? Or were they abducted when they entered? Ugh. Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No. Couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambiance of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here in the attic. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Ugh, shut up, brain. You're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? The fuck was that? The hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea, right from the very start. Nobody listened. But be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room. Just to check.
Huh? What's this?
Uh-oh. My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like...
A letter?
a letter. Lying on the ground just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I can't have missed her though, can I? There's only one set of stairs to and from the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough. I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. With great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. Definitely not something you want to read out of a letter. Nothing but the words "help me" fills the page. All of it, seemingly written with a crimson-shaped pen. Pen? I thought it was blood. Or blood. Okay. I gulp. I just did too. The same phrase just goes on and on until... Ah! It's a chain message, huh? Send this to 5 people or else. Thought we were over those chain messages like 20 years ago. Then again, this letter might be centuries old.
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
If I can book it out of there, girl. My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. I'm getting pretty big chills right now. The room is suddenly getting colder. I'm feeling colder. I need to get out of here. Holding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn, girl. Or person, guy, it, genderless thing. You got some, pretty nasty feet there. Might want to go to, what? I don't even know anymore. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds, with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Oh boy. Lord, please help me. Close eyes and pray, or be brave and look up. Ah, shoot. Be brave and look up, it attacks. Close eyes and pray, it attacks. Let's be brave. I need to face it. Whoever, whatever those feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm going to die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. Indeed. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upwards. Ah! Damn, girl! You're ugly!
Please, don't hurt me!
Ugh. Ugh. No, don't do that again. Not with that smile or those big ass eyes. Oh, without thinking, I scramble towards the door. Yeah, the whole setting just changed. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord! Make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I think the audio is still loud. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Yeah, hold on, let me just turn that down a little bit, because that is pretty loud. Oh, what, Z? Quick. Wasn't expecting quick time. Yes! The door finally swings open, and I couldn't have been happier. And now I can put back up the volume just a little bit. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips and I find myself falling until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. Ouch. Oh boy. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious.
No. Go away.
And she is passed out. The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. And I think that's where I'm going to end it today, so hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.